This isn't just rust and decay, it's an engineering puzzle. A complex machine abandoned to the elements, its systems failed, its purpose forgotten. Most would see only scrap metal, but a true engineer sees a challenge. The mission: to breathe life back into the dead. But this revival will demand more than just tools. It will require a deep understanding of forces, materials, and the very soul of the machine. The recovery begins. The first obstacle is not mechanical, but environmental. Specialized assistance is required. Moving dead weight of this magnitude requires careful calculation of tensile strength and load distribution. The machine is now in a controlled environment. The critical process of decontamination can begin. Every layer of grime can hide a catastrophic structural flaw. A high-pressure water stream is used to strip away years of neglect, revealing the true state of the machine's body. This isn't just cleaning, it's forensic analysis. Each clean surface tells a story of wear and stress. With the exterior prep, the diagnostic phase begins. The engineer now probes the machine's core systems. She starts with the lifeblood of the engine. Is the circulatory system compromised? The old, viscous oil is drained. Its color and consistency can reveal critical data about internal engine damage. A meticulous inspection of internal components. She's looking for metal shavings, sludge, any sign of critical failure. Fresh oil is introduced. This single step can determine the future lifespan of the engine's bearings and pistons. Next, the cooling system. An engine without proper thermal regulation is a time bomb. Attention turns to the machine's nervous system. The controls are tested for response and integrity. A final overview. Every visible component is checked before attempting to start the engine. The initial assessment is complete, but the true, hidden problems are about to be revealed. The scope of the project deepens. We're moving from basic maintenance to a complete mechanical overhaul. Here, our engineer tackles the electrical system, the machine's nerves. Oxidized contacts and brittle wires are common failure points. She meticulously traces the circuits, looking for shorts or breaks in continuity that would prevent ignition. Now, a demonstration of pure mechanical leverage. She's applying force to diagnose the stiffness of the chassis components. The engine is partially disassembled. This is no longer a simple repair, this is invasive surgery. The focus is on the ignition and fuel delivery systems. Without a precise spark canned fuel mixture, resurrection is impossible. Every screw, every bolt holds a clue. The torque required to loosen them can indicate heat warping or corrosion. Working in confined spaces requires incredible precision. A single drop component could be lost forever in the engine bay. The most dramatic step: lifting the engine block. A simple pulley system transforms human effort into immense lifting power. With the heart of the machine removed, a full autopsy can be performed on the engine block and transmission. Attention turns to the clutch assembly, the critical link that transmits power from the engine to the wheels. A worn clutch plate is a common but debilitating issue. It's being carefully disassembled for inspection. The level of detail is astounding. She's examining the flywheel for scoring or heat damage. Every component is catalogued. A successful rebuild depends on flawless reassembly. Power tools are now used to separate components fused by years of heat and pressure, a risky but necessary maneuver. The painstaking process continues, moving from one complex subsystem to the next. This is the fuel injection system. Its nozzles must be perfectly cleaned to atomize fuel correctly. Each action is precise, efficient, and born from countless hours of experience. There is no room for error. One misaligned gasket could lead to a catastrophic oil leak. The work is relentless, a testament to the endurance required for this level of engineering. The rebuild is almost complete. Soon, we will see if the surgery was a success. The principles of engineering are universal. Here, a different team faces a similar challenge with a different machine. Sometimes, brute force is the only diagnostic tool. She's using a lever to test the suspension and frame for hidden weaknesses. Now, an expert's hands at work. This is the installation of a new head gasket, a seal that must withstand immense pressure and heat. The engineer must become part of the machine, reaching into its deepest recesses to make adjustments. She moves to the electrical system, focusing on the complex whirring loom that connects the engine to the controls. A moment of contemplation, she visualizes the flow of energy from the battery, through the ignition, to the starter motor. The battery is the machine's heart starter. Its terminals must be clean and its voltage stable. The final checks before the moment of truth. Every connection is tested one last time. But the challenge isn't always repair. sometimes it's recovery. A different team, a different problem, environmental entrapment. Here, an engineer and a partner collaborate. His guidance and her skill are a formidable combination. Their synergy is evident as they work on the intricate details of the final assembly. A crucial phone call. Is it for a rare part or a consultation with another expert? Now, focus shifts to the wheel assembly. Proper torque on these lug nuts is a critical safety factor. The process is a dance of disassembly and reassembly, each step building upon the last. With the tractor repaired, it's time for transport. The team prepares for a secure and balanced tow. A successful operation, the revived machine is returned to its owner, ready for service once more. Now, back to the ultimate test of an engineer's skill, attempting to start the fully rebuilt orange tractor. The first attempt fails. This is not a setback, it is new data. The diagnostic process continues. It seems the workshop is a family affair, with man, woman, and dog all part of the team. Once again, the process begins with decontamination. A clean machine is a readable machine. The initial start failed. The engineer remains unfazed, moving methodically through her checklist. She attacks the grime with methodical precision. Every system will be clean and inspected. The transformation is remarkable. Beneath the dirt is a machine waiting to be reborn. The wheels and undercarriage are blasted clean, exposing the steering and suspension systems for inspection. She inspects a fluid reservoir. Low levels or contamination here could be the source of the problem. Another old drain. This is the second patient of the day. The dark, thick fluid indicates it was long overdue. She replenishes the engine with new, clean oil under the watchful eye of her partner. Notice the use of a funnel to prevent spillage. Professionalism is defined by attention to detail. Her partner now tackles the battery. A weak or dead battery is a common culprit in no-start situations. He inspects the terminal connections for corrosion, which can create resistance and prevent current flow. A pair of wire cutters indicates a more serious electrical repair is underway. He may be replacing a faulty section of cable. This is the throttle linkage. A misadjusted cable can starve the engine of fuel or air. These fine adjustments require a delicate touch and a deep understanding of the mechanics. Now the female engineer takes over, her smaller hands perhaps better suited for this intricate task. She reassembles a control linkage with practiced ease, teamwork in action. Confidence on her face, with the mechanical and electrical systems addressed, she prepares for a second start attempt. This is the moment of truth. All their work comes down to this single turn of a key. She engages the starter. Success. The engine roars to life. The satisfaction of a successful revival is palpable. The test drive confirms it. The machine is not just running, it's fully operational. Another project begins. This time, the problem isn't age, but environment. This van is severely bogged down. The engineer must assess the ground conditions and calculate the required extraction force. She lightens the load by removing body panels. A smart move to reduce the force needed for recovery. The depth of the mud shows the scale of the challenge. The vehicle's own power is useless here. A heavy-duty recovery vehicle is brought in. The success of this operation depends on secure tow points and a steady pull. The van is free. The relief on the driver's face is clear. Now the damage assessment can begin. Back at the workshop, the consequences of the mud are evident. The vehicle is stripped for a deep clean. Each part is carried to a cleaning station. This is a full decontamination protocol. The vehicle is prepped. The mud is not just cosmetic. It can accelerate corrosion and damage moving parts. The engineer prepares her tools. A simple water hose becomes a precision instrument in her hands. The cleaning process is intense. She systematically strips away the caked-on mud. Even the removed panels receive the same meticulous treatment. The vehicle's original white paint begins to emerge from beneath the brown shroud. No detail is overlooked. The rear cargo area, sterilely flushed. Even the interior is blasted clean. Water damage will be a concern, but removing the corrosive mud is the priority. After washing, a manual wipe down ensures all residue is removed. The transformation is complete. The vehicle looks almost new. a testament to her thorough work. The final touches are applied to the body panels before reassembly. A final inspection, she looks for any remaining dirt or damage before declaring the job done. The cleaning was just the first step. Now, a full mechanical inspection begins, starting with the interior. She checks the oil. The dipstick is examined for signs of water contamination from the vehicle's time in the mud. She tops up the coolant or washer fluid. All fluid levels must be checked after such a traumatic event. The vehicle is now on the road, but the engineer's work is not done. A full service is underway. A manual cleaning of the exterior. This detailed work allows her to spot any small dings or scratches. Back to the engine bay, a more thorough inspection of the engine itself. She is disassembling the carburetor, the heart of an older engine's fuel system. It's highly susceptible to dirt contamination. This is precision work. The carburetor contains tiny jets and passages that must be perfectly clean. A chemical solvent is used to dissolve any remaining grime or varnish from the carburetor's internal components. A full tear down, each tiny screw and spring, is carefully removed and set aside in order. This painstaking process ensures a flawless rebuild and a smoothly running engine. With all components clean, she begins the reassembly, a puzzle requiring memory and precision. Now, the reinstallation of the passenger seat, which was likely removed for the interior deep clean. The final stages of the vehicle service, she gives the cabin one last cleaning. She rechecks her work on the engine, ensuring every hose and wire is securely reconnected. This methodical, multi-point inspection is the hallmark of a true professional. Now, we dive into the vehicle's electronic nervous system, a full dashboard disassembly. This is incredibly complex work, requiring a mental map of dozens of hidden screws and clips. She probes deep beneath the dash, disconnecting wiring harnesses to free the main console. Power tools speed up the process, but increase the risk of damaging the brittle, aged plastic. She selects her tools with care, choosing the right instrument for each specific task. Working beneath the steering column, she tackles the fuse box and main computer connections. The central console is carefully pried loose. Behind it lies a tangled web of wires. A power driver makes quick work of the mounting screws, a testament to her efficiency. The entire dashboard assembly is being systematically dismantled piece by piece. The work is physically demanding, requiring awkward positions for extended periods. She must now work completely blind, relying on touch and experience to locate fasteners. Another hidden screw is located and removed. Her persistence is remarkable. The result of her labor, the vehicle's interior skeleton, is now fully exposed. The teardown continues, moving from the dash to the door panels. The focus and precision required are immense. One by one, the components that make up the vehicle's interior are removed. A major step, the entire door is being removed. This requires disconnecting complex hinge bolts and electrical connectors. She uses a hose to manage the weight of the door, preventing injury and damage to the panel. With the door on a stand, she can now fully disassemble its internal mechanisms. Window regulators, lock actuators, speakers all must be carefully removed. This is a masterclass in methodical deconstruction. She works on the lower section of the door, where the main locking mechanism is housed. The disassembly is nearly complete. The door is now just a metal shell. A moment of rest. The physical and mental toll of such detailed work is immense, but her satisfaction is clear. The reassembly begins. The engineer now works in reverse, carefully reinstalling each component into the door. She navigates the tight confines of the door's interior, reconnecting the window mechanism. Each screw and clip must be returned to its exact original position to ensure a rattle-free finish. Working near the floor of the vehicle, she secures the lower trim of the door panel. The vehicle is now outside, ready for the final stages of the door reinstallation. She tightens the exterior handle assembly, ensuring the lock mechanism is properly aligned. The interior door panel is carefully snapped back into place. She reconnects the wiring harness that powers the windows, locks, and speakers. She holds the fully assembled interior panel, ready for final installation. The panel is offered up to the door and carefully aligned with the mounting clips. With swift, efficient motions, she secures the panel back onto the door frame. Attention now shifts to the rear door, which appears to have a faulty handle or lock. Using a different set of tools, she begins the disassembly process all over again on the rear door. The plastic trim is pried away to reveal the inner workings of the rear latch. A fastening screw for the handle is carefully removed. A power drill makes short work of the main bolts holding the lock actuator in place. With the faulty parts replaced, she begins the reassembly of the rear door. The final components of the handle are torqued down. A final check, the pride of a craftsman is evident. The job is done, and it is done well. The fully repaired vehicle sits ready, a testament to the engineer's skill and dedication. Our story returns to the fields, where the partnership between farmer and machine is tested daily. This machine is bogged down. The farmer engineer applies her own strength, but the physics of the situation are against her. Teamwork prevails. A second, more powerful tractor provides the traction needed for extraction. Together, they navigate the difficult terrain, a slow and careful procession. They've reached stable ground. The journey back to the workshop is a success. The two machines return to the homestead, their work in the fields complete for the day. The end-of-day ritual, cleaning the machines. This preventative maintenance is crucial for longevity. The dripping water carries away the corrosive mud and dirt from the machine's undercarriage. A younger generation looks on, learning the importance of caring for these vital tools. The clean machine, its blue paint gleaming, is inspected for any new damage from the day's work. The wheels and tires receive special attention, as they are the primary points of contact with the rough terrain. Detailed cleaning with a small tool to remove debris from critical moving parts. The battery terminals are inspected. A reliable start is essential for the next day's work. She gathers her tools. The maintenance is about to transition into a more complex repair. An inspection of the dashboard reveals a potential electrical fault. A close-up of the engine reveals the compact, efficient design of this small agricultural machine. She begins to dismantle the dashboard, tracing the wiring from the ignition switch. Here lies the problem. She isolates the faulty switch that's been causing intermittent starting issues. She skillfully installs new or repaired switch, her movements precise and confident. A final check of the connections before reassembling the dashboard. And now, our final and most intricate challenge, troubleshooting the machine's electrical nervous system. The engineer examines the faulty ignition switch. The contacts appear corroded and worn. She carefully reinstalls the switch, ensuring each wire is connected to the correct terminal. Using a screwdriver, she secures the switch into the dashboard, a delicate operation in a tight space. She tests the mechanical action of the switch, ensuring it feels solid and makes proper contact. She reconnects the main wiring loom to the rest of the dashboard components. Each connection is critical. A single loose wire could negate all her hard work. A final, systematic check of the entire electrical panel. Her expression is one of intense focus. The engine cowling is reinstalled, signaling the completion of the repair. The key is inserted. This is the culmination of her diagnostic skill and repair expertise. A walk-around inspection. She is confident, but a true professional always double-checks their work. Ignition engaged. The engine turns over instantly. A perfect, successful repair. She prepares to take the machine back to its natural habitat, the field. The tractor moves with renewed purpose, its engine running smoothly and powerfully. The resurrection is complete. The machine is not just running. It is working, once again a vital partner in the cultivation of the land. A perfect fusion of human ingenuity and mechanical power. A very special thank you to the owner of the YouTube channel Fan, Mechanical Girl, for creating this wonderful video and allowing me to comment. If you enjoyed this narrative, please visit and support their channel at the link in the description below.